I'm Turk Strongman, current resident at Mind Voltage Institute. We are working our way through L.W. deLaurance is the master key. We are in part or unit 4, chapter 24, lesson 22, education of the will, how to commence the education of the will. Students who desire to cultivate their willpower should first be sure they've made a deep study of lesson 21, as lesson 22 is dependent upon it and will not be understood without reference to it. And before I continue, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, now's your chance. Go ahead and do it right now, and at the same time activate the notification bell feature to be apprised of our new uploads here at Mind Voltage. Please like and share this video, and make note of the donation by PayPal information in this video's description area immediately below your media player window right now. Every student of will, culture, and mind and training should understand to which type he belongs, as explained in lesson 21 under section Types of Will. For this will reveal to a great extent his mental attitude. He should understand the next of the part motive plays in the volitional process, and he must next learn, first, how to control his emotions and impulses, second, the qualities to cultivate in aiming at success, and third, how to cultivate self-reliance. In this lesson, the student will be shown, first, the will in action, second, how to use autosuggestion and the art of influencing others, third, the value of exercise, fourth, the right attitude towards diet. The application of willpower in business and in study will also be considered. How to know your type. It's not an easy matter to label a man as belonging to one particular type. For instance, you may be conscious of being a medley of types, and sometimes you seem to belong to the impulsive type, and others to the imperative, automatic, or indecisive types. Well, how then shall you know your type? In this way, your type is the type that is dominant, the type that plays the leading role in your life, the type your intimate friends mostly know you by. If you were asked to name the type to which your friend Baker belonged, you would not judge him by occasional glances of his character. You would sum up his character into a whole, and you would say, oh, on the whole, I think Baker belongs to the impulsive type. In seeking to understand your type, therefore, you must ask yourself fairly, which of these types is most characteristic of me? When you can answer this, you will have found your type. And once you have found your type, you will have found also your mental attitude towards life. Suppose you fix your type as the confident type. Your mental attitude is the it's all right, success is sure, everything is rosy attitude. The confident man lives for a time under the emotion of exhilaration. When his plans go wrong, he generally takes a deep plunge into the emotion of depression. He tries to get out of your road when he sees you coming. And once you have found your type, you should do all you can to get into the ideal type. For this is the type that gives the greatest pleasure and the minimum of pain. It is the persevering type par excellence. How motives determine success. An analysis of your motives for doing anything will be a gauge as to your success. You recognize this when you reply to anyone. If that was your motive, there's no wonder you didn't succeed. I'll illustrate. Suppose you wish to learn the violin. What is your motive? You may reply, I would like to play well so that I may entertain my friends or take part in a public performance. Your real motive may be simply to excel a friend who has just commenced to learn the instrument. Your real motive may simply be to excel a friend who just commenced to learn the instrument. You would like to be a great preacher. Well, what's your motive? I want to do good in the world, raise men out of the depths of despair, and to put their feet on the right road. Your real motive might be the applause of men. You would like to be a great writer. What is your motive? I want to instruct or amuse mankind. Your real motive may be simply to make money. The above examples will show you the part motive plays in volition. Again, the above examples will show you the part that motive plays in volition and how it interferes with your success. Your real motive is always the dominant factor in volition. It is, therefore, of the utmost importance to every student of the will to thoroughly understand his motives, and careful analysis is the only means of securing this. Your real motives may be right or wrong as judged by worldly standards. Their strength will lie in their power to urge you onward towards your goal. When you know your real motive and you add to its impulsive driving power, when you, know your real motive, you add to its impulsive and driving power. You have no conflict between the false and the real motive constantly retarding your progress. How to control your emotions and impulses. The phenomena of hypnotism has demonstrated that if you place a subject in a characteristic attitude, he instantly assumes the character represented by the attitude. Thus, if you place him in the attitude characteristic of boxing, his face assumes the determined or angry look of a man about to fight. Put him on his knees and fold his hands in the attitude of prayer, and his face takes on a devotional look. What may you learn from these things, these above? Well, you may learn this. You can simulate any emotion if you will imitate as far as possible the bodily changes and facial expression which accompany it. Suppose you simulate anger. For this purpose, you imagine someone standing in front of you who has done you an injury. You look steadily at him and rise threateningly. Your muscles become tense, your breath labored, you clench your fists as you feel the pugnacious instinct aroused. If your simulation is perfect, you feel angry, and yet there is something lacking. It's the mental shock. Yet this can be made real if you bring to memory a case where you had reason to be angry, and then you note the tendency of the feeling to persist, which is a characteristic of emotional states. To control an emotional state, then, you can simulate its opposite. To control an emotional state, then, you can simulate its opposite. If you are sad, you can simulate joy and gladness. If you are afraid, you can simulate boldness. If you feel full of hate, you can simulate love. Another way to control an emotion is to analyze it. When you are angry and are conscious of it, ask yourself why you're angry. Go over the ground, reason it out with yourself if circumstances permit. Some people employ this method with marked success, but usually it does not give such good results as the former method. How shall you control an impulse? By learning to recognize its character instantly. Is it a good impulse? If so, follow it. Is it a bad impulse? Then check it instantly. Impulses, by their very nature, demand immediate action. You must gratify this. Act quickly, whether the impulse be good or bad. In the former case, follow it, and in the latter, dismiss it. You will say, perhaps, it is impossible to check a bad impulse. Well, if this were so, a thief would always be stealing, policeman or no policeman. The fact is, no one obeys an impulse, the abnormal cases excepted, without a brief interval of reflection. The thief looks around to see if the way is clear. The liar rapidly sums up the situation before replying. I am speaking here of what may be termed the initial impulse. It is characteristic of impulses that according as they are heated, so do they gather strength. You see this markedly in the case of an angry man who eventually comes to blows. Qualities to cultivate. The man who aims at success must cultivate good qualities. He must be industrious, hopeful, cheerful. What is the great enemy we all have to fight when we seek to cultivate industry? It is indolence. Fight, then, your indolent moods. Be chary of saying, I do not feel informed today. Do not act on this mood without first testing it. If you are really unwell, you will be unable to go on with your task. If you are merely lazy, the fit will wear off if you keep to your task. The best way to fight indolence is to have set times for doing things and then keep to these times. Keep to those times and make a chart and stick to it. Live by rule. Hope is a quality that is possessed by every successful man, and it is a quality that can be acquired. The hope you must acquire must have its basis in faith in yourself. This hope is very different from the Micawber type, the hope that the hope that hopes that something will turn up. Now, when you have faith in yourself, you feel you can hope, that you ought to hope. Excuse me. Make milestones. Excuse me again. Make milestones on the road of hope. That is, review your work occasionally and note the progress you're making. All right, now. A merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. Proverbs 15:13. And Proverbs 15:15, he that is of a merry heart hath a continual feast. Cheerfulness must be cultivated. Cheerfulness is largely a habit of mind, and like all habits, can be acquired. We all like to meet the cheerful man. We feel he is an inspiration to us. But the cheerful man is more than this. He is an inspiration to himself. He feels that his cheerfulness increases his energy, enables him to work easier. He feels, too, that it attracts people to him and gains him an audience at doors where the despondent man knocks unheeded. But remember, true cheerfulness is not a veneer. It's solid, all of a piece. It is the whole man. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. Proverbs 22:22. Proverbs 17:22, excuse me. To cultivate cheerfulness, you must adopt the attitude of the cheerful man. You must encourage cheerful, joyful thoughts and be on the lookout for them. You must encourage such words as happy, joyful, merry. Get amongst people in books of this type. Be sure that they are the right type with no veneer or lack of backbone about them. Get up in the morning determined to be cheerful and greet your friends and associates with a smile. A smile that is the essence of a good nature. Cultivate the art of smiling by looking at yourself in a mirror. Note how the mind takes on a different attitude when you smile. If you can keep on smiling, despondency must say goodbye. Do not confuse a smile with the idiotic or silly grin, which some people seem to think it. Remember, smiling is an art. It must be used with art. Cultivate politeness and courtesy. If you wish to make the wheels of life run smoothly, you will be polite and courteous. Note that politeness is really a bending down, as it were, of a superior to an inferior. It therefore demands infinite tact. A polite man is an educated, refined man. One who seeks opportunities to please. One who is full of delicate attentions and seeks to anticipate the wishes of others. A courteous man is one who pays particular regard to address and manners. Courtesy is practiced between strangers. True politeness is practiced between strangers and friends alike. Again, courtesy is practiced between strangers. True politeness is practiced between strangers and friends alike. To cultivate politeness and courtesy, you must have models. Study the people with whom you come into contact. The best of us can learn in this way, for no man can claim to be an absolute model. Note especially what is pleasing to you, and note also its effect on others when you come to employ the methods and art of your model. You will learn much in this way if you are observant. Cultivate charm. Charm is an elusive and indefinable quality. Again, charm is an elusive and indefinable quality. I speak of the charms of person and of mind. It is an inherent quality. That is, its springs are within. Charm is always interesting, always potent. To cultivate it, as in the case of politeness and courtesy, you must have models. Note the persons who seem to you to possess charm, and try to discover by careful observation and analysis wherein lies their charm. Wherein it lies. Its elusiveness will probably defeat you in discovering all of its secret. Yet, if you can take away something of it, you will have done well. How to cultivate self-reliance. Well, that'll be for the next video. It starts with one of the first rules for the man who wishes to cultivate self-reliance is the rule given in lesson 2 of this work. That is, keep your mouth shut. This does not mean merely compressing the lips. It means the action of setting the teeth together, just as you would do in biting something. This braces the biting muscles and gives the face that set, square-jawed look which is so characteristic of the man of grim determination, the man of strong will. But the rest is for the next video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please take a moment to do it right now. At the same time, activate the notification bell feature to be apprised of our new uploads here at Mind Voltage Institute. Please like and share this video and make note of the donation by PayPal information in this video's description area immediately below your media player window right now. I'm Turk Strawman, current resident at Mind Voltage. See you in the next video. Be well.